Hello, I'm Chantel, and ready for class today. We'll have an interesting sequence together where we start and finish the class with some supportive back bends. Arm down, nice and strong and steady, and then in between, twisting, rotating, developing strength in the center and strength in the back before finishing with that big open back bend again. So, hope that you enjoy. All right, so find your way to a comfortable seat. You might want to sit up on a block or a little bit lift of a pillow or a bolster. Legs can be cross-legged or kneeling. Take a few circles around through your shoulders, up through your ears. Let them set a little bit deeper down onto your back. All these little adjustments are ways to help your body feel even more settled in and satisfied while we sit for just a little bit. Let your eyes relax and close. And take 3 gently exaggerated breaths in through your nose fully to stretch and expand your ribs. Let the sigh be out through your mouth with a little bit of heavy letting go. Feel the ribs expand in all directions as you inhale. And the exhale, releasing stale breath from the lungs. One more time. Clearing out and creating some space for your practice to begin. Take a few more slow, gentle breaths. This time it's in and out through the nose. And let the inhale fill up all the way to the top so that you feel full and abundant. Let the exhale press all the way empty, nice and thorough and complete, so you can feel your navel drawing in and up towards your spine. Full and abundant, full of a lot of possibilities, potential. And the exhale, nice and thorough and complete, so you can feel your deep internal strength, navel to the spine. Again, there's a fresh breeze of your breath flowing in, contrasting with the exhale. It's a little quiet and warm inside when it's just you, not even air swirling through. And we'll keep up the slow, simple pace of your breathing as we continue throughout the class, especially using that navel to the spine to help create some support and strength internally when you're twisting. Right. From here, you can let your eyes open and we'll release the legs. So move any prop you're using out of the way, off to the side. Keep the left leg folded in and extend out your right leg. So Janu Shirshasana as the base, or the legs in that prep position. You can use your hands to clear your glutes out of the way so your sit bones are connected. And then just taking it easy at first. Fingertips off to the side, lean over and reach, and then side to side moving. This long leg doesn't have to be completely straight, but let it be strong and active through your heel reaching. And keep your sit bone pressing into the floor, especially on the side that you're reaching away from. Here at the same time, as you lean to the side, you can also lean back so you have a little bit of space. And now we'll add something else. Your left knee is bent here, so left hand turning back behind, firm through your fingers. Straight leg, your knee and your hand will be the base like a tripod. Swing your hips forward, lean back through both of your shoulders, stretch through the chest, let your head release back if it feels safe. And then we'll come back down again to the floor. So finding the ground, that left sit bone stays pressing in so you can lean and reach away from it. Second time again, tripod, so firm your fingers, your knee, your straight long leg so you can lift and open. And then back down a third time. This time we'll lift up and hold it there a little bit longer. So hand swings back behind, firm through the fingers, forearms are there strong to help protect your wrist. And then big full circles around with your top arms. So stretching across pectoral muscles in the chest, again, creating a little bit more room and space for air and breath. Find a sweet spot where you can reach and hold, reach your fingers back. Both shoulder blades are nice and deep, like the bottom tips of the shoulder blades want to find their way a little bit deeper to the back of the heart space for support. And we'll come back down to sitting. Extend out that left leg, so both legs long, Upavishta Konasana. Fingertips back behind, lean back for a few moments and see if you notice any difference or change. Maybe one side of the body feels dense or hollow. Is there a change in the pacing of your breathing or the beating of the heart? All right, let's move on to the other side. Right leg folds in. Start with your little leaning side to side, opening up through the edges of the body. That'll help when we do the twisting, keeping the sides of the body long so the spine stays long. Great. Leaning a little bit back. Great. Okay, right hand next time comes down, first of 3. Hands back behind. Swing the hips up forward, lean back and stretch. And back down to the floor. Right hip stays pressing in as you reach away. And swing hips a little forward, moving through the air and space, and coming back down. Get ready for the next one. We'll hold it a little bit longer. So hand props back up behind. Knee presses down, leg is long, and then once you're there, big full circles across through the chest, opening. Great. Gosh, that does feel really nice. Stretch and reach your arm back up tall. Here again, the shoulder blades draw a little bit deeper underneath, like those bottom tips want to touch the back of the heart. Head releases back if you've got some room and space. Feel your bottom hand pressing into the floor so your arm gets longer as your chest reaches high. And then we'll come back down again to sitting. Great. Let's try once again. Legs extend out wide. Fingertips prop back behind. Lean back a little bit and pause for a few breaths so you can feel external changes, maybe body shape, muscles opening, and also any internal changes. How you feel. Great. Okay. We'll come up next for downward facing dog. Spread out nice and wide through your hands. Lift up high and tall through the legs. So we've already done a little bit of opening through the back of the legs already, hamstrings and calves. And then take from here your right leg nice and high and tall. We'll lift slowly, rising through the back of the heel and the back of the hamstring. Take the leg, step forward to the front of the mat and use your hand to help if you need to. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. The back foot comes down a little bit of an angle, so once you stand, see if you need to readjust. The front leg bends nice and deep. The back heel's connected to the floor. So as you turn towards the short end of your mat and lift, you might feel an opening through the front of your back leg. Take a few moments here, leaning back into the strength of your upper back that we've already tapped into in the sideways leans and the lift. And then come down for a lunge. Back heel lifting as you frame the front foot with your hands. You might want to wiggle that foot a little farther back behind. Keeping the left hand on the floor, lift the right arm up. Good. Great. And then as you lift up and rotate here, roll both of the shoulders a little bit deeper down into your back. Keep the back leg strong and straight, or lower the knee down. Where should I look? Sorry. Knee down to the floor. Yeah. Oops. Okay. Should I move or am I okay? Because you can hear me, it's all right? Okay, sorry. Okay. Down to the floor for a lunge. Back leg lifts up nice and long and straight. Open up the arm up tall. Roll back a little bit deeper through your shoulders. And then watch how just by breathing deeper, the twist will be enhanced. Inhaling, the ribs stretch and expand in all directions. Exhale, that navel draws in and up to the spine. And then down to the floor with your hands. We'll hop forward to the front of the mat and forward fold. Neck relaxes down. Rise up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit low and deep into the heels. Feel the sides of the body lengthen as your hips reach down and back. Your fingers stretch up nice and tall. We'll come up all the way to standing. Bring your hands flat to the back of your hips, almost like you're sliding them into back pockets. Send the hips a little forward. Roll the shoulders so it feels like a standing version of Cobra pose. Not so much about going back. Think about getting taller. Weight drops into your heels. And then Yoga Mudra folding. Knees can bend. Hands interlaced back behind. Active with the knuckles lifting tall so the back of the neck can release. And let your weight shift a little forward towards the balls of your feet. Your knees can bend enough so that the belly lays on the thighs. You can feel your body breathing, moving. Great. All right, let's release. Hands down to the floor. Back into downward facing dog. Hands press down and forward, upper back strong. And other side, left leg rising tall. Knee steps forward, foot to the front. Warrior one, so when you lift up and stand, then make your adjustments so the legs are wide enough apart that you've got that big broad base. The right leg can open a little bit, but close enough that you can lean into both feet steady. Here we go, swing your way up high and tall. Support system of the legs is down low there, so you can almost place the chest up on top, giving a lot of room and space to breathe. Great. From the big open space, we'll take it down for the twist. Hands to the floor, foot moves a little farther behind. Now it's the left arm that lifts up high and tall. You can roll back through both of the shoulders. If it feels okay through the neck, eyes follow up towards your fingers. And again, just by breathing deeper, the pose, the twist will be enhanced. Breathing in, the ribs expand. All that potential, possibility. Exhaling, the navel draws towards the spine. Great. Okay, back down to the ground. Hop forward to the front. Forward fold. Remember to relax down through the back of your neck. We'll come up again, chair pose. Sit through your hips, lift and rise. Exhale, sit down a little bit deeper. Up tall to standing again, hands to the back of your hips. Help your hips slightly forward while your weight drops into your heels, opening and lifting the chest, and then folding forward. Interlace the hands, laying on top of the legs, neck relaxes down. Okay, this time I'll head back into plank pose. Hands to the floor, legs stretch back a little bit farther. We'll add from here a little bit of moving plank pose. Let your heels drop over to the right side. Take your left arm up high and tall for a big full circle. So this would be the open, the lift. And then on your exhale, lower back down to plank pose. Belly helps you to stay stable. Heels to the left. As you breathe in, lift and circle. That familiar stretch through the side of your ribs. And then back down to the ground and steady. We'll try twice more. We did some standing postures already. So try to keep both of your legs strong and straight so it feels like the posture is being created not just by the hand. Great. Haha. Next time you have your left side down, we'll pause and hold there. Left hand firm, legs strong and straight, leaning a little bit back so you've got some space. And then use your right hand to help carry your right leg forward and up to the front of the mat. Crescent lunge. Back heel now is lifted. Swing your way up high and tall. Settle in so it feels like your hips, that support structure that's down there low. Bring your palms together at the center of the chest. Lean a little bit forward here, eyes looking down so the back of the neck is long. Back leg stays lifted long and straight. And now we'll twist to the side. Your left elbow wraps over to touch around the outside of your right leg. Press your right hand down firm and steady as you rotate and turn. Option from here to lower your knee down onto the floor, or more challenging, keep the leg lifted and tall. Remember the rhythm again of breathing slow and full. The inhaling, having all that space for new possibility, potential, and the exhaling, navel to the spine, feel the resources that are inside of you already. Great. We'll release from here into pyramid pose. Hands turn their way back down to the floor. Hop the back leg in a little bit closer so that your heel can find your way a little sideways. It's like a shorter version of the warrior one we did earlier. You don't have to straighten the leg fully, but let it get definitely longer. So not so much like a lunge, longer. And then the head here relaxes down. So here's a nice place to use a block if it feels like the floor is too far away. And this is called pyramid pose. So if you can feel both of the legs moving strong and sturdy into the floor, let the legs, that sturdy triangle structure, be the one to hold you so that your back can release from your lower back all the way down through the back of your neck. Here's a nice place to also take an exhale, a sigh out through your mouth. Maybe that helps to release tension across the jaw. We'll do one more twist here. Rising up onto your fingertips, here's another nice place to use a block again. You can start the block at any of the heights that feels like it matches right. Your left hand supported on the block. Right hand find its way up onto your right hip. So you can feel your right hip moving back and your sit bones lifting a little taller like you're in down dog while you go forward and get long through your spine. Slowly rotating towards the side. Belly starts to move, chest can follow. Maybe the eyes can even finish all the way. Notice if it feels like you're leaning a lot on your left hand, and try to keep some more weight in your back leg so that poor left hand doesn't feel like it's doing side plank. Option from here to extend and reach your arm up high and tall if it feels like there's room enough and space for your shoulder. And then we'll turn from here back down to the ground. Move the block out of the way. We'll step back into down dog. And follow that flood of new sensation down through your legs. Is there a difference between one side and the other? Great. Take your way forward into plank pose. Here we go, other side. Side plank. Right hand, right foot, stack and lift through the chest. Lean a little bit back and open. And then left hand helps to bring your left foot all the way forward and up to the front. Crescent lunge, back leg stays lifted. Here we go, tall. You might be feeling a little bit still like the residual in your right leg. So use this pose now, crescent lunge, as a way to stretch and give the front of your right leg a little bit more room and space, almost like it's easier to receive the fresh breath. Great. Nice and tall on top of the hips, on top of that sturdy structure of your legs. And then keeping the length as you come forward through your hands. Twisting to the side, elbow wraps across. Press your left hand down a little sturdier, just like your left foot is pressing down as you turn. Option for the knee to lower to the floor. If the leg is straight, keep it strong, pressing back through your heel, long through your calf. Eyes might even lift. Great. Down to the floor, pyramid pose again, so option to bring back in the block. Back foot hops in a little bit closer, heel finds its way down. That sturdy structure of the pyramid, find it in your legs so that your spine can release even all the way through the back of your neck. Try here a few more breaths, letting the legs lengthen slowly. Great. Revolve triangle, rising up onto fingertips. Add in the block if you like to give your hand a few extra inches. Here we go, a half lift first, left hand onto your hip, rotating it back behind. Strong in the back body that we found already in poses like the side plank. Lifting a little bit through your belly, your chest, maybe even the eyes. Pressing back into both of the legs, almost like you're doing down dog. Sit bones lift and open a little higher up and back behind so you can go forward. Option for the arm to lift up high and tall if it feels okay through the shoulder, or keep the hand low and sturdy. Great. Back down again to the ground. Moving the block out of the way. Here we go back again, downward facing dog. Slight little bend of the knees can help you to find length in the spine first, then press your hamstrings back, the heels down towards the floor. We'll come forward into plank pose. Down to the ground with your knees. And let's try a wide version of cobra pose. Once you find your way to the floor, stretch the front of your thighs back one at a time. Kind of like what you've done already in crescent lunge. They've got some space. Take your fingertips out even wider, all the way off of the yoga mat. And then almost like you're walking upstairs, roll back through one shoulder at a time. Let your shoulder blade move into the upper back muscles that are probably a little warmer now. And then as your elbows draw their way back behind and your legs are still stretching behind, take your chest forward and see if the head would like to rise up tall. Elbows are moving back. Shoulder blades drawing down like the bottom tips of the shoulder blades want to touch the back of the heart. Tone up the legs, so press the tops of your feet into the floor using the strength that you've developed already in the standing postures. One more big full breath in here, and we'll take it down to the ground. Try puppy pose next. Rolling over your knees, stretch out on your fingertips, lift your arms up active, let the chest and forehead relax down towards the ground. And then we'll build it back up again to downward facing dog. Steady up your palms. Lift up high through the legs. Great. All right, let's take it this time. Right leg up high and tall. And carry the leg forward up to the front. This time, warrior two. Back foot comes down sideways. Here we go, turning out nice and wide. Great. Front knee bends. And then from here, let's use the length in the legs that we've already found in the other postures for triangle pose. Front leg long, thighs staying active and strong. Try lifting the toes on your front foot, keeping the ball of the foot down so that it lifts a little bit. The arch can help to keep the leg long. Reaching your hips back, traveling forward first, and then reaching down so that your hand can feel supported on a block or the shin. Bring your top hand down onto the bottom edge of the ribs. Use your hand to help rotate. So you're moving the ribs to the side. Here it's a twist, but we're open. Hand slides up and then presses. So you're even creating a little bit more rotation through your ribs. And then follow that lift all the way up tall through your arm extended high. Lean back a little bit into the strength you've created already. Great. Great. All right, back down to the ground. Let's use this right leg that just got that open space and come next into side plank. Both legs back first. Lean over to the left side. Take the right leg and lift it up almost like you're about to do tree pose. Connect the foot somewhere onto the thigh. Press the legs together. If that's too much, toes on the ground for a little extra support and assistance. Whoa, okay, let's find the foot again. Once you're there, lift up nice and high and tall. Lean a little bit back. Lean back through the shoulders, lean back through the head. Then almost like you fall on purpose into the next pose. Bottom leg stays long and straight. Start to turn and rotate your hips up towards the ceiling. Draw your shoulder blades a little bit deeper towards the chest from underneath. And now the arm stretches nice and tall in the same direction the crown of your head reaches long and forward. Similar to the earlier pose at the beginning of the class, notice how you can use those almost muscle memories to help you here. And then we'll curl around back down through the center. Downward facing dog, pressing back. Taking a few moments to notice if something might feel different inside the body. Feeling that extra beating of the heart. Great. Other side. Left leg lifting up tall. Carry the leg forward to the front. Warrior two. So tall, sideways. Front knee bends its way a little bit deep. Back leg long and straight behind. Arms extend out wide. Once you measure that strong, sturdy base, we'll go straight to the leg in the front. You can lift the toes to remind the arch to lift, quad to stay toned. As the hips reach back, lengthen forward. So all that work you've done already, the side of the body is long. Right hand comes down underneath, so you can help to remind your body it's a twist. Use your hand to rotate and move. Left ribs, right ribs. Arm finishes off, extending tall. Strong and steady through both of your legs. Full inhales to find all that open space, a lot of possibility. Long exhales to feel that deep internal strength right at the center when your navel draws in towards the spine. Back down to the floor. Plank pose first. Side plank to the right. Strong and steady through your legs, so bottom leg like a standing pose. Try either toes on the floor for a little bit of support in front, or use your hand to help the foot find its way towards the seam of your thigh. Press them both together so that your left foot pressing down into your right leg reminds the right leg that it's got to work a little bit too to help you lift and arc. So you're already creating that extra little lift through the side edges of your ribs. And then we'll take foot to the floor back behind. Bottom leg staying strong and straight. Shoulder this way a little deeper. So chest is being lifted from behind and underneath. Shoulder blades are there lifting the back of the heart. Navel draws in and up towards your spine like it wants to touch from the bottom of the heart. Left arm reaches forward and far through your fingers. Even the crown of your head can reach and follow. And we'll circle back around again. There are your hands. Both feet from down dog. We'll sit next, down onto the knees. Sit back from here onto your heels briefly. Pause for a few breaths with your palms facing up. Shoulders relax a little bit deeper onto your back. Feeling that little buzz of energy that you created through the postures. Twisting and then opening. Great. We'll continue seated here. One more last pose, Gomukhasana. Wrap your right leg in front of the feet a little bit wider so you can check the right foot's on the right side, left side, opposites. Sit your way back so that your hips land at the same level. Maybe use a block or a bolster to help lift you up tall. Great. Great. Let your sit bones find their way down. Hands can massage onto the feet. And then lean back a little bit through your shoulders. Once again, let your eyes close. After all of the decision making of twisting, kind of deliberating how the body reaches or where it can go deeper, notice what it's like to take that pause and break. The legs are bound together. So instead of feeling constricted, see if you can let that feel like a sense of freedom. You've got nowhere else to go. Just here, the body will open slowly as gravity drops the hips, and you can focus just on that slow, simple breathing again. Great. All right, let's switch for the other side. So hands back forward. Take the left leg from the back, thread it in front. Thighs connect together, make some room and space. Feet open out a little bit wider. This side might feel different, so if you need to, use a block underneath. Hips feeling steady. Hands again onto your feet to help ground and bring the attention back down low. Sitting just gently tall. Front side of the body naturally lifting as you breathe in. Back side of the body descending on the exhale. Shoulder blades relax, hips a little heavier, settling in, finding a new place to land inside the hips, inside the muscles. Great. All right, and then from here, releasing the legs. And choose how you'd like to finish your practice. Maybe from here, laying a little bit down onto your back for some time, or finishing here, seated and tall. Hope you enjoyed twisting and then opening. Namaste.